Well. It is Friday, July 29th. And it's come to mention, and it's come to mind, and if you were paying even the slightest attention to the DNC coronation of Hillary Clinton, let's just say I'm going to give it about exactly the weight that I think it's pretty much worth. It was a train wreck. From the little girl going on about she's going to be a lawyer to protect her parents who get booted out of the country because they're illegal nationals, to another country and there are illegal aliens here, to, the sheriff coming out to do her, please be nice to cops things, and everybody screaming on about, Black Lives Matter, and so, so, so many Bernie supporters coming out to say that they were shoved out, basically told, just don't even bother coming here. There's no reason for you to do anything further. We got it handled. Just pretty much shut up and go away. White noise generators to try to drown it out when they're booing Hillary. Just the whole rigmarole of from top to bottom, man. That's bad. I mean, it's really bad, man. Just give me 1 second. It's really bad. By and large, you could pretty much state that anything to deal with Hillary right now, it's just not good, man. It's just really not good. The biggest problem that Hillary's now encountering is, of course, she's Hillary. I mean, you have Bill Clinton snoozing in the background. You have all those Bernie supporters who are really pissed off because they know. I mean, it's not even like, towing on the realm of just we think it might be a supposition. There's a possibility thereof. They may be some minor. No, it is a known, well-established fact now. With, of course, WikiLeaks kicking out all the DNC stuff. It shows that there's corroborating things between Hillary, the DNC, to try to shove Bernie off, and then Bernie, all you Bernie supporters, Bernie was part of the conspiracy. That's right. Bernie was part of the conspiracy to anoint Hillary. He basically did a Ross Perot. He put up a good face, put up a good show. He knows he is old. Old. Like, probably not into it for the long haul. And, he kind of did his thing and bailed, and pretty much he's now shoving everybody towards Hillary. They are alienating, ostracizing, and just completely screwing over all the Bernie supporters. It's really not funny. Excuse me again. Amazing how much these things fog when you fill up the tanks. So anyway, the long and the short is essentially the Bernie supporters now are basically, they're hosed. I mean, there's no way to describe it. They're screwed. I mean, they're basically just completely screwed. They now have no way to stick Bernie in there, and it's a protest thing. I mean, I've heard that there's going to be a lot of these delegates who are going to write in Bernie Sanders. Now, the kicker is whether they can turn over enough of the super delegates, whether they can turn off enough of the other guys to Hillary, whether enough of them realize it is just a dog and pony show, and by and large, we are just watching the DNC implode right in front of our eyes. Why? Well, you have the Bernie supporters who are pissed off. Second off, a large voting bloc of Democrats in general, African Americans, blacks, call them what you will, your standard black dude is pissed off as hell at the DNC. One, they do not have school vouchers. They can't choose the schools. Two, they're being seen to be that which is propping up the party, and they're counted on as a voting bloc because they're given scraps, and they know they're given scraps, okay? These guys are getting really, really tired of seeing the place doing the same thing over and over again, all while getting nothing but chin music, read like lots and lots of talking, conjecture, drama, what have you, from the Democrats, and they're not fixing anything except making continual life events which pretty much just preclude fixing anything, except for they're just going to continue to have a long-running range of suck. Black guys aren't stupid, okay? Black guys are going, you know what? We're getting taken advantage of, and we're getting tired of it. We're not exactly happy to swallow the elephant, but we're sure tired of getting a piece of ass that just screws us in the end. We are not happy about what the DNC is doing to us. So that's two distinct voting blocks right now that just don't like and will not support Hillary. Number three, there is going to be another distinct voting block, and it's going to be those people who say, you know what? I'm just not voting. I just won't do it. I won't go into the voting block. I won't go into the voting booth. I just won't do it. I don't support either of these guys. Both of them were just hacks, and I'm not that good a Democrat that I'm going to vote for somebody that I truly don't like. So that's three groups of people now that are bailing out on the Democrats and potential voting event thereof, and of course the numbers that they need for election, the delegates, all the rest of that fun stuff. There is actually a fourth block that they're not counting on. It's going to be those people that go, you know what? Donald Trump, well, he's from a very, very liberal area. He's pretty much gets stuff done. I'm not a huge fan of him, but you know what? I like him just a little bit more than Hillary. He has a little bit less dislikability than Hillary, which is hilarious. I've never heard them describe a campaign as the dislikability versus the likability. It's utter crap, man. It's just something they're throwing out here as nothing but vaporware to say that their piece of, Hillary is that which we need to stick into the White House. Dislikability. How about the fact you think that the person's going to do a good job? How about the fact that they don't let people die on their watch? How about the fact that pretty much they do not have illegal activities going on blatantly? And here's the thing that truly, absolutely, completely pisses me off about the U.S. government. You do stuff like this, and you get away with it. If you're like a second-run guy, you might get hung out to dry after you get out of government. But while you're in the government, you pretty much could walk up to somebody on Capitol Hill, walk up to them, stick a pistol in their ear, squeeze off around, let blood splatter everywhere, and you would walk. Why? Because, there probably was a good reason for it, or they're going to screw up the investigation, or it's just going to get shuffled off underneath the carpet somewhere, and they're not going to go any further with it. But by and large, what you can take into this weekend as gospel is there is four distinct voting groups that will not go for Hillary. And it's going to be those disaffected Bernie guys, the black guys, those people who are just truly not going to vote. And of course, the fourth group, those people who are going to say, you know what? I'll just vote for Trump. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll vote for Trump. So anything that they're saying right now about Hillary is just to do asbestos, thinks in sliced bread, don't believe it. The media is absolutely just freaking out in levels, depths, and breadths of which you cannot ever even believe. And that DNC convention was nothing but, is the Star Wars Cantina Bar of U.S. politics. It was ridiculous to behold. And I'm not like a person that actually would watch that thing, okay? I didn't watch all of the RNC convention. I think I watched one day of it, and the rest of the time I was looking at it, I was getting the speeches by individual people that jumped out at me and said, yeah, let me see what this guy said. Like Sheriff Clark or Scott Baio, And of course, those people that pretty much I thought was going to be a good person to listen to. Giuliani was on fire, man. I liked Rudy Giuliani to begin with, because he did some really good stuff in the city, fixed a lot of problems. Yeah, he was kind of a fascist prick, but he got stuff done. He fixed a lot of things. He cleaned up around Times Square. Trust me, folks, being from New York, I knew Times Square. You didn't go around Times Square. You did not go around Port Authority. Those are places you just did not go. 42nd, 43rd Street was a crazy place. I went up to visit my dad some years back, and he's like, you got a pocket knife? And I was like, yeah, always. He goes, do me a favor, open it up and keep it in one of your coat pockets. Somebody comes at you, you stick them. It's like, what? And he goes, anybody comes at you, you stick them. You run, you stick them. You hurt them bad, you get the hell out of Dodge. It's like, okay, sure, all right, I'll keep that mindful there, Pop. But you go there now, and it is nice. I mean, it's as good as New York's ever going to be. It's nice, but now it's starting to fall off because they got the new mayor and the governor and the rest of these assholes that don't know what the hell they're doing. So New York is kind of falling down a few pegs. But Giuliani fixed things. He was there for World Trade Center. He was just absolutely indispensable in that regard to get that city heads out of its asses and get things to happen and get everybody on the same page. He was a good guy to watch. A lot of good speeches. Donald, of course, did his standard speech. He said, I wrote the speech. Well, of course you wrote the speech, dude. The way that you spoke it and the way that you said it was not like a politician using long-winded words and these high-minded concepts and all these, fluff piece things that really just sound fake, transparent, and just like every other guy that comes up and says the same thing. Donald Trump was a breath of fresh air in that one. But those four groups of people, man, they are making, there's a phrase we use in the military called pucker factor. Now, that's when, the brown eye goes so tight that you don't need a seatbelt while riding around the deuce and a half because it locks you onto the seat cushion and it becomes such a tight aperture that you couldn't drive a 10-penny nail through it with a sledgehammer. That's what the DNC is having right now, is they got pucker factor and their assholes are chewing donuts out of their underwear. Good times. Never a bad thing. All right, folks, I'm going to break off on this one. Eat good, keep centering as always, you know and you love it. Oh, DNC suffrage. Never a bad thing. You guys have a good week, and I'll see you guys on Monday. And just think for about 5 seconds on this one how freaked out they are that their DNC did not give them, the DNC convention did not give them the big push they were hoping for and may have pushed more people away from them. Woof. What a train wreck. See you guys.